Yo, welcome everybody to another Sunday Slams, our poetry slam session, and we also do open discussion. Again, this is a live hosted by Hellbound, but I'm taking over for this week. He will be back next week, guys, so look forward to that. Again, we just do a little bit of poetry. So I actually have a poem ready for you guys. Brand new, fresh. I just wrote it like no lie 20 minutes ago because I had a thought about it like earlier today, and I was like, let me just write it down. Have something ready for the live today. And again, we can also have some discussion. So if you guys have any questions, anything you want to talk about, let me know. Send some questions in the comments. And just let me know how you guys feel about this live. If you're watching it later on, leave me some comments down below. We should do more on this live, and we will definitely take that into account. So again, I got a nice little poem ready. As you can see, I got the Buzzroll logo in the background. It's backwards or mirrored or however you want to say it, but I was like, fuck it, let me try something new today. But I'm gonna get right to it. So I don't have a name for this poem yet because it's pretty fresh. But let me read it. So it goes. Every time it snows, reminds me of your warmth and how cold you were. Same way that songs hold memories, I can't even act the same anymore. It's like my inner child was hurt this time. So childish with my reactions, like taking candy from a baby, but instead my heart. So sweet, yet broken, again. Stand tall and remember my mission. Love is just another game. I won't play anymore. I gave up on love before. I see why. When, where, how can I survive this pain? I just will. Love to be continued. So we starting off hot, all right? Again, I just wrote this poem. Um, it was like snowing the other day, and that's what really inspired the poem. Because I feel like you guys know how like songs hold memories, right? So like there's a couple like I listen to XXX a lot, and there's a couple of songs that I can't listen to too much because they hold memories and they remind me of a person. So I think it's the same way or the same thing with other things like when it's snowing, when it's raining. A lot of people say like they hate the rain. Well, why do they hate the rain? There's got to be some type of attachment, again, that is attached to rain that makes them not like it. So I know with me, like I used to hate the rain because I couldn't skateboard when it was like wet outside. I couldn't go play basketball. I couldn't really do anything. So I didn't like the rain much. So every time it rained, it was like, it's raining again. I hate this. You know what I mean? Now with snow, I have a bad memory attached to it now because it was a special night for me when it was snowing and it was like that nice snow. You know what I mean? Like it's coming down slowly. It's not like too windy and like it's falling on the ground. It's like accumulating, and it's looking like a movie. So that's why I wrote this poem. So let me break it down for you guys. Every time it snows reminds me of your warmth and how cold you were. So again, having that almost negative attachment to snow. And the first thing that it reminds me of is the warmth of that person. So like the warmth of like laying next to them and feeling that warmness and holding their hand, and honestly like warmth really is just energy. It's like good energy. Um, so that's the first thing that it reminds me of, that warmth that that person had. And then I started off with a good feeling, right? But then the bad feeling is, and how cold you were. So it's kind of like a play on words in a sense. It's snowing, it's cold outside. Warmth, how cold you were. That's kind of what I was going for there. And then going to same way that songs hold memories. So again, the same way that a song can hold a memory, I feel like the weather can. At least for me, again, when it's snowing, every time it snows now, I'm gonna remember that one special night where it was snowing and it was nice, and I was even outside, like putting air in this person's tire, moved her car, like a whole bunch of stuff. So like that's the first thing that reminds me of. So it holds on to that memory, which can be good or bad. It depends. I don't see it as a terrible thing. It's just like damn. But then going into I can't even act the same anymore. It's like my inner child was hurt this time. So when I say I can't even act the same anymore, basically I'm just more like I'm still open to love and to like new people coming into my life, but not as open as I was before. So like most people might not get the 100% Louis. They're probably just gonna get a little bit. And even the people that like already got the 100% Louis might not be getting that Louis, like at least recently, because like I just been in this mode where like I'm just like super chill, just super neutral, and like kind of going through things, but at the same time like trying to elevate past those things and stay in a good mindset. So I'm not acting the same because I used to be way more goofier, way just more enthusiastic, more energy. But it's like I just don't have the energy to be like that right now. Eventually, of course, I'll get there and I'll get back to that. But right now, again, I just can't act the same anymore because I'm healing. And then saying like my inner child was hurt this time. So like my relationship from 2 years ago, it hurt me and it woke me up. It actually gave me an awakening. Like it was crazy, like the energy that was like basically like being like how can I say it? Like I was still very aware, but not as aware as I am now. And the thing about awakening and awareness, there's always more to it. You start at a certain level and you awaken the first time, and like it's scary because like you don't know what to believe. You feel like you don't understand anything, don't even understand yourself. So you go into this journey of like learning yourself and getting to know yourself again. And that's what that relationship did to me. Like it was more to like the person that I was then. I started shedding that person and becoming somebody else new. With my most recent relationship, I felt like my inner child was hurt because I was in my inner child energy and my childlike energy, trying to manifest things like a kid does, right? A kid, when they want something, they think about it very hard and they believe 100% that they're going to get that. So that's in a way how you manifest in a childlike energy. But I was doing that mixed with a divine masculine energy, which is like, in a sense, like an alpha energy. So it's like having the energy of like, I know what I want and I'm going to have it. But again, it also goes into the inner child energy. And again, I was very playful. I was very open with myself in the relationship. And, when everything happened, my inner child was hurt. So I reacted how like a child would. Now, I reacted better than I did compared to my relationship from 2 years ago, but it was still like a child in a childish way. Like there were certain things that were childish about how I reacted and what I did. But moving on, so childish with my reactions, like taking candy from a baby, but instead my heart. So sweet yet broken again. So I kind of just want to again like have a play on words, right? Like how they say like something is as easy as taking candy from a baby. So I feel like this for this person, that was her mindset. Like but instead of candy, it's like taking a heart from a baby. That sounds crazy, but you know what I mean. Like her taking my heart was as easy as taking candy from a baby. And again, my heart being sweet yet broken because it was still broken from before, just mended and now broken again and having to mend it back together again. That was the whole thing. So moving on, stand tall and remember my mission. Love is just another game I won't play anymore. Pretty straightforward. Like, despite everything that I'm talking about, all the feelings that's going on, I stand tall and I remember my mission. I remember what I'm on this earth to do, what I'm here to do, which is things like this, right? Like being able to be open and show other people how to open yourself up and not care what people think, because at the end of the day, you have to share your experiences for other people and for yourself too, because in a way you can reflect and it might help you like deal with something that you're dealing with right now, and it can also help somebody else. So that's the reason why I love poetry and music, because it's an expression and it can open up so many perspectives. So like for anybody who's watching this, let me know what the poem meant to you so far, like from what I've read, because again, your interpretation is just as valid as mine. So again, love is just another game. I won't play anymore. I gave up on love before. So here it's like saying like, it's not that I've given up on love again, but I won't play that game of love anymore. Like I'm more just getting back to focusing on me, and like if I happen to run into somebody, they're gonna have to show me a lot for me to open up again. But I'm not giving up on it. I'm just not gonna play any games anymore. So I gave up on love before. I see why, when, where, how can I survive this pain? I just will. Again, just a play on words. I like to play with words and like play with people's minds in a good way, not in a bad way. But again, I gave up on love before. I see why. So I see why I gave up on love. I see when I gave up on love. I see where I gave up on love. And I see how I gave up on love. But again, it's like, why can I survive this pain? When can I survive this pain? Where can I survive this pain? And how can I survive this pain? So again, it's just a reflection of self and just reflecting on love and the pain I got from that love. And just going, no, I just will get through it, because I know it's like easier said than done, but sometimes it's really just that easy. You just have to do it. You have to like have it inside you, and love to be continued. So that's like basically a part one, because I wanted to write more, but I was like, you know what, this is enough. And I have one more page in my poem book left, so that'll probably be part two. But hey, I would definitely recommend you guys to keep a notebook for poems. So this is I put notes, poems, etc., but it really just ended up being poems. And then I have like a couple things in there that I did, like, I'll show you guys. So I have this right here. Oh, it's not gonna show it. So basically I wrote down motivation. And for each letter, I have something different. So inside motivation, I put M for make it happen, O, ourselves, T, to, I, inspire, V, versus, A, acting, T, to, I, impress, O, over, N, nothing. So again, motivation, make it happen ourselves, to inspire, versus acting, to impress, over nothing. So I'll break that down a little bit, even though it's kind of like self-explanatory. Make it happen ourselves, to inspire. So when you have a dream or a goal or something you want to do or you love to do, make it happen, like yourself. Do it yourself. Do it by yourself. And do it to inspire other people to do the same thing. So when I feel like I want to give up, honestly, I tell myself that I'm not just doing this for myself, because if I was doing this for myself only, I would have gave up a long time ago, if I'm being honest. I would have gave up a long ass time ago. But since I have people that rely on me for certain things, especially with the community and everything, I have to make it happen to inspire them to keep going. And How do I do that? By making it happen and showing them how. And again, doing that instead of acting to impress over nothing. You never want to try to impress anybody. You never want to do that. You never want to try to impress anybody over nothing, because it's like, why are you trying to impress somebody? Why does it matter what they think? You know, it's like when people tell you, don't care what other people think. That goes into like, don't act like you're a certain way to try to fit in or any of that stuff. There's no point. So that was like a little sign that I had in there. Hopefully I can show you guys this one. It's just a little drawing. It's called The Lonely Bird. So like I suck at drawing, but I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? I'm alright. I could do a little something. I could do a little doodle. You know what I'm saying? And that lonely bird. That's me. That's me. With my heart wide open and just out. And he's all lonely. You know what I'm saying? But again, I just keep this. It's not really a journal. It's kind of a journal of my poems. And just like if I feel like expressing myself, I'll do that with this notebook. So again, I would recommend you guys to keep a poems notebook. And also to keep a journal. Journals are very important. And you know, I tell people all the time, like, you don't have to write in your journal every single day. You don't. Look, I'll show you like my timestamps, right? I got March 5th. Then I had a whole bunch on March 5th. The next one was March 9th. Then I had one on March 10th. And this is like last year. 12, 13, 14. So that one is a little consistent. 16, 17. But then again, not until the 21st that I have an entry. Then the 25th. And then it was April 1st and the 8th and the 14th. Then it was May 13th. Then it was July, whole month. July 17th. And then the next one was August 1st. The next one after that was September 11th. The next one after that was November 7th. So, like, you know, you get the point. Like, you don't have to write in your journal every single day. It's just whenever you feel like you need to. And, like, whenever you feel like you need to let something out, no matter what it is. If you're angry, if you're sad, if you're happy, whatever it is, write it down. You know, it could be a couple sentences. It could be a paragraph. Sometimes I'll do, like, a couple sentences. Sometimes I'll do just a little bit. And then just go back and read through it. Once you have enough, I always go back and I read it just to see where I was at and see how far I've come, basically. So, again, keep a poem book if you write poetry. If you don't, I would definitely recommend you to start writing poetry because it's a good form of self-expression, and also keep that journal. You know what I'm saying? I also keep a dream journal. It's pretty crazy. I made it look all tricky and stuff. So like, whenever I have dreams, I write those down. I'm trying to see. So I'm gonna show you guys my poem page on Instagram. If you guys wanna submit your poetry and get it posted, you can DM me here, and I will get it posted for you. Make it look all nice and stuff. So there it is. So again, the page is 1am_letters. I got 18 entries on here. And I think this page is about a year old. I have to check when I made this post right here. 48 weeks ago. I don't even know how many weeks in a year? Is it 50? I think it's 52, right? So it's almost a year. But this was my first entry ever. on the page, and it was all right. I guess I'll read it. So I wasn't doing like the entries on the thing because I was still kind of just like throwing stuff out there. This is actually me in my mask. I love this picture. But yeah, I'll read this one right now. So it goes, I usually hate the rain, yet today it feels soothing. I can hear the cars passing by, every second splashing. Must be a busy Tuesday morning. Most mornings are complete quiet. Today I hear the birds chirp over the bus's loud presence. They don't sing today, but they call out with a quick hey. The birds always sing Grand Rising. Starts my day off right. This will be my first entry for 1 a.m. letters. You. Written by me. And what I love about this page is, like, a lot of people don't know this is me, but some people do. Because, like, if you put two and two together, like, it's pretty obvious. But, like, some people hit me up on this page, like hit me up like it was if it wasn't me or somebody else. But yeah, again, guys, you can submit your poetry to the email here, or just DM me on Instagram and I'll get it posted up here just like this. I'll write it down and everything. I even have like a poem I did for somebody else submitted. Shout out Jasmine Rivera. You can find her at right here. This is her IG. Through Jasmine's Lens, but she sent me her poem. You know, I made a nice little cover for her. Wrote down like everything. It's a pretty long one too. And then I actually wrote it. Like, it was a long poem, but it shows you how dedicated I really am about this. Because again, I just want people to express themselves and be comfortable to express themselves. I guess I'll read this one. Again, shout out Jasmine. You can find her at through Jasmine's Lens. Here, I'll show her page really quickly. But you guys definitely follow her. She's a great supporter. So yeah, I'll read her poem. I don't want someone to love me, because the only love I ever felt was anything but kind. I want someone to appreciate me, appreciate every inch of my body, every meter of my soul. I want someone to appreciate my heart and desires, to crave what is my love that spreads like a flame on thin paper, to chase after my attention, not because I want theirs, but because I want them to crave being noticed and acknowledged by me. I want someone who sees my flaws as a field of heavy storm with thunder, chaotic but beautiful. I want someone to hug me as I'm their air and the only time they catch their breath is when they're with me. I want someone that can listen to me talk about my day, like listening to their favorite song. I want someone to feel safe and at peace with me, like coming home after a long trip. I want someone who can make my smile the brightest on the darkest day. I may sound selfish, but I only want what I already give. And that is where I go wrong every time. Always giving, but never receiving. Leaving my heart out for those who wouldn't think twice about leaving it. Nothing but mangled beyond repair. My kindness for the taking, until they move to the next. My love to fill their pit of despair, leaving me with a void of loneliness and pain, but never regrets. Jasmine Rivera. And this one is a deep one. This one, like, this is like an amazing poem. Like, what the thing is, like, so me and her started like talking, you know, just as friends, and you know, she told me she did poetry, so I told her, you know, send me a couple, cause like that's one thing. If you make music and you hit me up, I'm gonna tell you, hey, send me your music. Same thing with your poetry. Like, I'm gonna, like, let me hear it. I want to see it, cause like I feel like just like music, you know, it's like looking into somebody's soul in a sense. So I read this and I was like, yo, I need to post this on my page. And she was like, yeah, do your thing. So let's break this one down, because there's a lot of good lines in this. So I don't want someone to love me, because the only love I ever felt was anything but kind. I want someone to appreciate me. So right there, right? I love this because like a lot of people, I'll say this like there's a difference between loving somebody and appreciating somebody. Also, like I don't know if you guys ever noticed a lot of people say thank you, but they don't say they appreciate you. And I feel like saying that you're appreciated is better than saying thank you. That's just in my opinion. If somebody's like thank you, I'm like yeah, you're welcome, no problem, whatever. That's cool. That's still still nice of them to at least say thank you. But when you say you appreciate somebody, I feel like it's deeper. So in this case, it's also deep because it's like I don't want somebody to love. I want them to appreciate me. Because like you can love somebody and not appreciate them or their presence. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people use that "I love you" very loosely nowadays. But again, right? She says, "I want someone to appreciate me, appreciate every inch of my body, every meter of my soul." So again, to appreciate somebody's like every inch on their body, to me sounds better than "I love your body." I love every inch of your body because, like, in a sense, that's almost lust. But when you say you appreciate every inch, like, yo, I appreciate every inch of your body. It's like not worship somebody's body, but like you appreciate all those flaws in there if they do have flaws. Like, you know what I mean? Like some people have like pigmentation or like a mole they don't like or something like that. So imagine like, having those little imperfections and saying, I appreciate that. And then every meter of my soul, that's also deep because like that's looking past the looks and you appreciate their soul, like the type of person that they are. And not just personality, like literally who they are deep inside, like their darkness. So appreciating their darkness and their light also. But again, I want someone to appreciate my heart and desires, to crave what is my love that spreads like a flame. Then going back to the appreciation, right? Appreciating like the soul, the person they are inside, their heart, their desires. Like when you're with somebody, like I'll say it like this: if I'm with somebody, they have to appreciate my music. They don't have to love it. They don't have to love it or like it, but they have to appreciate it. They have to have some type of like acknowledgement, like, okay, you make music and that's what you love. I love that about you. I appreciate that. So like that's how I would interpret that part. And again, to crave what is my love that spreads like a flame on thin paper. Just poetic. I love that. To chase after my attention, not because I want theirs, but because I want them to crave being noticed and acknowledged by me. I also love this line because I feel like, this kind of falls into reassurance. And like with me, I'm a person that needs a lot of reassurance. Like even though I know that you love me and want me and you're with me, I still need to be reassured that you love me, you want me, and all that stuff because I like to hear it. Sometimes it's not all about insecurity. Now, for me, it used to be that, but it doesn't have to be that. Um, I want someone who sees my flaws as a field of heavy storm with thunder, chaotic but beautiful. I mean, that goes back into appreciating everything about that person, not just loving and appreciating like the flaws. And I love how she says like as a field of heavy storm with thunder, chaotic but beautiful. That's self-explanatory. Like that's just fire. Now this line, this is one of the best lines she had on her because everybody like notices this one the most. And it goes, I want someone to hug me as I'm their air, and the only time they catch their breath is when they're with me. That's fire. That's I love that. That kind of reminds me of mine. So like I'm just going to one of my poems really quickly. I think this is entry number 18 on my page. Without you feels like I'm holding my breath. Seeing you is like I reach the surface to breathe again. So again, it's just expression. Sometimes it's not really that deep, but with this one, it's the same thing. It's like to hug somebody like they're your heir, and like, listen, that's deep. I'm gonna just leave that one, let that marinate. I want someone that can listen to me talk about my day, like listening to their favorite song. Another fire line, like, to be appreciated. Like, I feel like this whole poem could have been called appreciation. I want someone to feel safe and at peace with me. Facts. Like coming home after a long trip. Again, self-explanatory. Like, just very deep lines. I want someone who can make my smile the brightest on the darkest day. I may sound selfish, but I only want what I already give. So again, like, she's breaking down how she feels about love and appreciation and what she basically does. So this is like a self-reflection, and these are the best types of poems. Because like I love this part too, because like I may sound selfish, but she's just she's asking for what she gives, which is reciprocation. That's the best form of love, I feel like. Um, and that is where I go wrong every time. Always giving but never receiving. Leaving my heart out for those who wouldn't think twice about leaving it. So this is another self-reflection. Like, she's taking blame, which I get, because we choose who we want to be with or try to be with, and most of the time this is how it ends up. Nothing but mangled beyond repair, my kindness for the taking, until they move to the next, my love to fill their pit of despair, leaving me with a void of loneliness and pain but never regrets. So again, another deep line, because I feel like a lot of people just want like your energy, and they want to take as much as they can before they just move on. And sometimes like they don't even move on for somebody else. They just like move on just to like get rid of you. Like, okay, I got everything I could from you, and there's no more I can take. And I've been there, I've been there a lot, where I have a very strong energy, very strong aura, and a lot of people just want to just drain it and take from it, and then when they're done, they just leave. So again, if you're watching this later on, watching the replay, let me know what you think about this poem. Again, this is entry number 5 on the 1am underscore letters page. A poem by Jasmine Rivera through Jasmine's lens. But again, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this one, what it meant to you. Because again, your interpretation is just as valid as the author's, because that's what poetry is for. It's for perception and all that stuff. So I don't think I have any more poetry to share. We're going to keep it to a short live today. I really just wanted to come on and have some type of content out for you guys. For Sunday Slams, again, we do these every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, we either read some poetry or we have some open discussion. Since I didn't get any questions, I don't really have any topic in mind, there will be no open discussion today. But again, we do these every Sunday, 6 p.m. If you have poetry or anybody who does poetry, definitely invite them. We can have you even come up on a panel. We'll send you the StreamYard link, and you can get on a panel and read it yourself if you want. We have that option for people. I love having people up here. Like, we just had Slash 24 come on a panel for music reviews on Friday, and it was pretty cool. It was dope. It gave a little like difference to the live. But again, I'm gonna close it off there. I appreciate everybody who is here, who was here today for this live for Sunday Slams. I appreciate everybody who likes, comments, shares. Definitely subscribe, turn on all notifications so you don't miss any Bozy World lives. And yeah, again, I just I always say multiple times, like, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys for giving me your time and your attention just for a little bit. And just let me know in the comments, like, what do you want to see more in Sunday Slams? What kind of stuff you want to see us doing? If you want to we can have questions ready, whatever it is, you can always DM me at Louisville_the rapper. If you follow me, I follow right back. And if you guys want to be a part of the Bozy World community and the group chat that we have, you can also DM me and I'll get you added to the community real quick. It's no problem. We're all about positivity, just looking to help artists grow and just have a platform for artists, producers, even if you're a graphic designer, if you're a painter, just a creator in general, we will accept you into the community and have that room, for you to collab with other people. But with that being said, again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next Sunday. Hellbound will be back. So have your poetry ready and have your ears ready to hear some good stuff. So with that being said, peace and love. And I gotta finish it. I'm gonna do a light one though. Yes, sir. All right. Peace and love. Love y'all.